Okay, so I hope that looks good. I don't know, bro, because this shit is crooked. But anyway, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be another story time. Now, this was kind of like, I ain't gonna say it was random, but I just woke up thinking about this shit, and I was like, I'm gonna tell it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna tell this story. Now, if you could tell by the title, it says, My Mom Stole My Money, or something like that. It's gonna say something like that. But yeah, based off of the title, yeah, y'all, that's really the tea. Like, that's really what happened. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all the story of the first time my mama started stealing money from me. Well, I don't know if this, no, it wasn't the first time, but this was the first time that I had caught on to it, and I had got proof and every fucking thing that she was actually really stealing money from me, for real. So let's just get into it. All I know was, okay, so at the time I was 15, right? And so when I turned 16, you know, that's the legal age where you could go and get a job, is when you turn 16. But so yeah, so usually before that my dad would pay for like my school clothes and stuff, like buy back to school supplies, get my hair done, get shoes and stuff. You know, anything that consists of for back to school, he would cover all of that. But he told us, he said, when we turned 16, like, cause me and my brother, you know what I'm saying? He was like, when me and my brother turned 16, we gonna have to go get a job and then work during the summer and then pay for our own school supplies and school clothes and things like that. And that was cool, bro. What? That was cool with me because I ain't gonna care. Back at school, y'all, I would get bullied. Y'all know this shit. If you know, you know. I would get bullied. And then some of the reasons I got bullied was because of my hair and because of my clothes. And because of my clothes, I was walking around with lame ass Aeropostale and shit. And don't get me wrong, like, that shit was kind of in style back in the day. You know what I'm saying? For a little bit. But as time went on, like, you know, other trends and stuff started coming in. Like, I remember it was the Adidas pants and the forces and stuff. And it was just, like, my parents made sure that I had back to school clothes, but it wasn't up to date shit. You know what I'm saying? It would more so be, we would shop in stores and shit that they would tell us to shop in. Like, where my dad wouldn't even really come with us, it would be my mama. So my mama would take us into, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Aeropostale and shit, and get them little clothes and stuff, or Belk. Like, I know she worked at Belk, so she would, like, you know, get stuff from Belk. But it's just the shit that, like, my parents would buy me, it wasn't in style. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, that makes sense, because your parents, they're not going to know what's the latest style because they're not kids. Like, because they're not in high school, they're adults. So that would make sense. But at the same time, like, I want to be in style. I'm tired of these kids picking on me. Them kids used to get on my ass. And I would understand why, because I couldn't dress back in the day. If I got pictures, I probably don't. But if I do, I'm going to add some. But, yeah, I couldn't really dress back then. I couldn't really put no outfit together for real like that. Sometimes I could, sometimes I was cute, but majority of the time I probably was looking like a hot ass mess. So I ain't even gonna lie. But when it came time when my daddy was like, yeah, when y'all turn 16, y'all gonna get y'all own job and start buying y'all back to school clothes and stuff, bruh, I low-key was hype. I low-key was hype as fuck. Because I'm like, I'm finna be stepping on niggas. I already knew. I already had it made up in my mind what kind of shoes I was gonna get, what kind of shirts I was gonna buy, what kind of jeans, my nigga. I was ready. I was ready. I was like, okay, yeah, they had their laughs all them years before, but this year, when I come back to school this year, after buying my own shit, I'm about to be fresh as fuck on God. That's what I was saying in my mind, y'all, like on some real ass shit. So, boom, long story short, I had turned 16 and it was time for me to go get a job. So I had went and I had got a job at McDonald's. That was my first job. So yeah, I had been, because I just quit McDonald's. So I had been working at McDonald's for a long ass time. But yeah, so yeah, my first job was at McDonald's. And so let me just tell y'all when the shit started. I'm going to just tell y'all when the shit had started. I was working, I got my first check. And if I'm not mistaken, I did have the pay card. But like I said, it was my very first check, so it was a paper check. So I went to the store and got my paper check. And I remember being in the car with my mama. We was stopping by the ATM. And my mama was telling me, she was like, oh yeah, go ahead and give me your check. She was like, give me your check because I'm going to deposit that in the bank. Now, let me tell y'all, because let me give y'all some backstory. So when, I think you got to be like 16 or 15 to get a bank account. So I don't know when my mama had opened up this bank account for me and my brother, but we each had our own. But the thing was, she had opened a bank account and put like the $25 in there, you know, because you got to have at least $25 in your savings account. I don't know if that's what every bank, but that's how my bank is set up. They keep your savings account open. You got to have at least $25 in there and they won't let you touch it. So if I'm not mistaken, she put the $25 in there and she opened a savings account for me and my brother. But like I said, we had our own separate, but her name was on both of our accounts. Like her name was on each account. So like she had access to me and my brother's money or whatever. So that's why she was able to like deposit in checks and put money in and take money out, stuff like that. So I just want to get that out of the way. So boom, I remember she reached her hand out. She was like, yeah, go ahead, give me your check. So you could put it in the bank so you could save it. And I just remember like, she would say that a lot. She'd be like, you saving your money? You saving your money? Like every time I get paid, she'd ask me, oh, you save? So let me tell you, so she took that check or whatever, and she said she was going to put it in my account. Tell me why the fuck the next time we went to the ATM, I checked my balance, y'all, and there wasn't no money in my account. I checked my balance. We went to the ATM. I checked my fucking balance after that shit happened. It wasn't no money in my account. I had to make sure y'all heard what I said. So I'm in the car with my mama and I tell my mama, because the check, it wasn't that much to be honest. The check was like only like $100-something. It was like $120, $130, something like that. So I knew it wasn't finna be racks in my shit, but I knew I at least had $100-something in my shit. Like, what is you saying? You know what I'm saying? I asked my mama, cause she quiet. I asked my mama, I'm like, mama, I'm like, what happened to my first check? Like, my check not in here. Did you go put my check in there? And to be honest, I'm not even gonna put no words in her mouth because I don't remember her exact words. But what I do remember was she was acting dumb as hell. She tried to act dumb as hell. No, I don't know what happened to that. Basically, she told me she didn't know what happened to the money. And so me being a kid, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't question your parents for real. And then that's how my mama, like, that's how they taught us not to question them. I feel like they did that shit on purpose. I'm not about to teach my kid not to question me. My kids can ask fucking questions. Because a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, if your parents or you got adults around you trying to tell you not to question them or to ask questions, 9 times out of 10, they trying to do some shit behind your back and they don't want you to know. That's some stupid ass shit. So like I said, we would get punished or we would get yelled at or like, you know, she would talk shit to us if we would ask her questions and shit. So at a young age, I learned to leave her ass alone. Like, I don't know, like it's certain shit. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with her. Cause like I said, she the type, if she feel like you owning her or if she feel like you questioning her, she gonna like try to whoop you or she gonna get disrespectful with you. Or try to act like you're being disrespectful. So I was like, I'm not finna go back and forth with her because I'm not about to do that. So, yeah, I let the shit go. I ain't gonna care. I know some of y'all like, why the fuck would you let? I let the shit go. I'm not about to go back and forth with you. If you say you don't know what happened to it, you don't know what happened to it. But I'm gonna remember that shit for next time. You're not getting my check next time. You're not doing that shit, on God. So, yeah. Like I said, that was like my first time getting paid. So, it was a paper check. So, anytime after that, honey, it was on the pay card. It was on my own personal pay card. So, I didn't need nobody to get no check and deposit it in no account. I got it. I got it. Thank you. So, goddamn, what happened? All I know was the summer went on, y'all. The summer had went on. And I'm trying to think if I was driving at this time. So, I think my dad did get me a car for my 16th birthday. But I think I was only allowed to drive it during the summertime. I don't think I was allowed to drive it to school. So, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, y'all, you feel me? I was working my little job. And I would go and deposit money in my account. Like, so when I would get paid, I would go and deposit money. I wouldn't deposit my whole checks because I was still, like, you know what I'm saying? I can enjoy my shit. Like, I don't have to, like, spend my whole shit. or like put the whole thing up. So what I would do is, like, say if I got paid $250, I would hold on to the $50 and I would put up 200, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like, and then at the time I wasn't smoking weed, and I remember when I tried to like talk to my mama about this situation later on when I was grown, I probably like was 20, 21, and I tried to talk to my mama about this shit. She tried to tell me that I was blowing my money on weed, and I know for a fact that that is a lie. I was only 16. I wasn't smoking weed at 16, y'all. I started smoking weed, I think, when I was like 17 or 18. So I wasn't smoking weed my whole child. Like, I remember this shit vividly, like, and the fact that she really tried me like that shit, no. So yeah, back then I wasn't spending money on weed, so I was able to save a lot more of my money. Now that I do smoke weed, yeah, I be you feel me, spending my money on weed. Not all of it, but it'd be harder to save. But back then I remember vividly. That was before I started smoking weed. So yes, I was saving a lot of my money, and my intentions was towards getting new school clothes and stuff anyway. Like, I understand if I was like, that's boring, I don't want to get new school clothes with my money, like I want to turn up with my money, and I was only saving a little bit. No, I already told y'all them kids was fucking picking on me, and then my mama take me to the store and give me some lame ass fucking clothes. So I'm like, no, this summer I'm finna be fresh as fuck. So I was saving, like I'm telling you, like over 50% of my check I was saving this shit. So yeah, I remember it would be times, y'all, like I would leave in the bank or whatever, like, or I would get paid. Because that was another thing about my mama. She wanted to know when me and my brother got paid. Every time we started a new job, every time she wanted to know when y'all get paid, what day y'all get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, that shit was lame to me. But anyway, so she would call me like on my payday and be like, did you put money up? Like, you need to be saving. Is you saving money? And I'd be like, yeah. And let me tell y'all, I felt like my mama didn't get no good karma from this shit. Really, when you don't do right by your kids, you don't get no good karma anyway. But I feel like my mama ain't get no good karma from this shit, like extra. Because when my mama would call me and ask me, was I putting up money? I would get happy. And I'm going to tell you why I would get happy. Because I actually was saving up money. Like, this was something that I was putting my mind towards. And I felt like I said, it was my first job. It was my first time, like, you know, actually saving money, putting money up from working and stuff like that. It was my first time doing any of that stuff. So I felt like that was like my learning period. Like, this is my time to learn how to save money, like how to, you know, budget and things like that. So when my mama was calling me, asking me, I would be excited to tell her, like, yeah, mama, like, I just put up $200, or yeah, I made this amount, so I just put this amount up. Like, I love telling her that, because in my head, I was showing her, like, I was proving to her, like, yeah, like, I could do this shit, like, I'm saving money, like, yeah, I know how to put my money up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that shit made me happy, because a lot of times, like, I would be told to do stuff, and like they said I was hard-headed, you know what I'm saying? Or I wouldn't, sometimes I wouldn't just want to do it. Like, sometimes I just basically wouldn't want to do it or whatever. But so when I actually was doing something like that my parents told me to do, and I felt like I was doing a good job at it, if that made me happy, you feel me? Because I thought that was going to make them happy. Like, I thought it was going to make them proud of me. But whole time, y'all, like, I did as. Anyway, so yeah, my mama would call me, ask me, oh, did I put money up in my account? And I tell her yes and stuff like that. So this is how I found out. This is when basically shit hit the fan. This is when shit hit the fan. Hold on. The end of the summer had came around, and it was time for me to quit my job or whatever, you know, because my parents, they didn't let us work during school because they wanted us to focus on school. They didn't want us to get too tired. And then my dad was paying all the bills and stuff. So like my dad, he was pretty much financially stable to be able to, like, you know, tend to the household and stuff. So we wasn't really struggling to the point where me and my brother had to go get, you know, a job or whatever. So like, yeah, like I said, we had to quit. So that money was strictly for us, like for our back to school stuff. This is how I knew something wasn't right, because it came to the day where it was time to take us back to school shopping, me and my brother, right? I'm not going to speak on my brother because, to be honest, and this is crazy to me, I don't remember. I really don't remember what happened to my brother. Like, I don't remember if the same thing had happened to him. Like, I really don't. I really don't remember. That's crazy. Because, like, I at least should have asked him, right? I don't even think I asked him like, oh, was your money there? Like, I ain't gonna cap. Part of me feel like my mama didn't do my brother in like she did me in. She probably had, like, she could have, but like I told you vividly, I can't remember. Like, I don't remember my brother telling me like, oh, she did that to me too. Or if she didn't, I don't know. That would make more sense to me, because I'm like, bro, if you was just taking money from me, like, that's fucked up. But anyway, that's not what we talking about. Yeah, so fast forward to the end of the summer, it's time for us to, like, literally the day come around, it's time for us to go back to school shopping. So it's me, my mama, and my brother, we all in the truck. We going by the ATM to get the money out of our accounts. So all I know is it came time for me to get the money out of my account. And how much that shit, bruh, I swear to God, it probably was like $80, probably not even, it probably was like $80 or $50 in my account. Through the whole summer of me working, not only working, putting money up, putting at least $100 to $200 up every week, because that's when I got paid. I got paid every fucking week. So you mean to tell me a whole summer done went by? I've been working, making money this whole summer, and now it's time for me to go buy my back to school stuff, and I don't have no money. I got $80. What you gonna buy with $80? A pair of shoes? So I know the first time I was like, my mom was like, let me get your check. And then I ended up not seeing it in my account, and I let that shit slide. But that shit right there, when I went in my account and I didn't have no money, I'm not letting that shit slide. I asked my mama. I asked her, because like I told you, she had access. You're the only person that has access to these accounts. Which I low-key was kind of like confused on why she like put her name on there anyway. Low-key. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do you want to look into our accounts? And I thought it was because she wanted to make sure we was saving money, y'all. I really did. I know some of y'all gonna think, you ain't think that. I swear to God, I did not expect my mama to show her ass like this. I swear to God. I swear on everything I love. I did not think my mama was gonna show out like that. My mama showed her fucking ass. She showed her ass. I had $80 left in my account after a whole money-making summer. A whole money-making summer, y'all. I had $80. And I already told you, bruh. I had my mind set, bruh. I was about to go buy my school shit. Like, I was about to get fresh, bruh. Because them kids was fucking picking on me. I was tired of going to school. Them kids was picking on me, bruh. I'm sitting up in fucking math class. They getting on me for no reason. I'm over here talking to my friends. They calling me out in front of the class for no reason. And then I'm a punk ass bitch. I wasn't even saying nothing. So you know them kids was getting on me. But here you are. You supposed to be my motherfucking mama. You supposed to be my mama. You going in my shit. You taking my shit. You don't give a fuck. And I'm going to tell y'all how she ain't give a fuck. Let me finish this story. I'm sitting up here. I'm sorry, y'all. Cause this shit still got me hurt. That shit still got me hurt as fuck. Like, so we at the ATM. I'm asking my mama. I'm like, nah, I'm supposed to have more money in here. I'm like, something not right. I ain't gonna say I started freaking out, but I was so confused because I was excited. I just knew my shit was about to hit. I just knew I was about to have, you feel me, hundreds of dollars. So like to go in there and I don't even have $100. I'm asking my mama, this how I knew it was some shit. Cause right off the bat, y'all, right off the bat, as soon as I started asking my mama or trying to tell her like that shit wasn't right, my mama got to telling me, yes, that is right. Because every time I turned around, you was at the ATM. That's what my mama said to me. That's what she said to me. She kept saying that shit. She said every time she turned around, I was at the ATM. Y'all, that was a lie. That was a lie. And when she sat up there and said that shit, it low-key kind of clicked, but at the same time, I'm still young as hell. So like when you're young, your parents have a lot of impression on you. So it's like even if you have an idea in your head, if your parent would come and tell you like, oh, that's wrong, or like feed another idea into your head, you probably like you might believe that shit. Like you probably ain't gonna believe the whole thing, but some of you gonna be like, okay, maybe they right. Cause like my parent, like this my parent, this person's supposed to be there for me. You know what I'm saying? Like they're supposed to help me. So my mama was telling me, she was like, yeah, every time I seen you, you was ripping and running from the ATM and you was da 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 da. And so like at first I was telling her, I was like, no, I wasn't. Like, but then she kept telling me, she started getting loud with me and stuff. And I'm the type, but I used to let my mama have it. I don't let her ass have it no more. Like when I got older, I ain't let her ass, no, that disrespectful shit, no. If she disrespected me, I disrespected her ass back. You cuss her, I'm gonna cuss your ass back. When I got older, I got sick of that shit. I got tired of my mama talking shit, bro. Well, this ain't what this video about, but I had to let that be known because I know some people be like, no, because you was talking to your mama. Yeah, as I got older, yeah, I started giving that shit back to her. But as a kid, no, I used to got them, okay, yeah. You feel me? Because I didn't want to get my ass whooped. Like, my mama was a fool with the belt. And my daddy, too. So I wasn't trying to get, you feel me, my ass whooped or nothing like that. So, you feel me, after a while, I dropped it. Like, you know, I dropped it. So we went to so after I had kind of dropped it and stopped being like, oh, what happened to my money? What happened to my money? We still had to go back to school shopping. This is how I should have known right off the bat, y'all, that my mama did that shit, because she said, okay, well, yeah, you could take the $80 and then I'm going to give you some more money. She was like, I'm going to give you some money so you could buy more stuff. You feel me? Like, basically, she was saying, like, she going to put money, like, some of her money with the $80 that I had left in my account so I could go back to school shopping. And I should have known right then and there, if I really would have sat up there and spent my own money and it came down to it and my mama had to come out of her own pocket, you feel me, to buy my shit after I was supposed to be saving all summer, 9 times out of 10, my mama probably would have got in my ass about that shit. Or she probably wouldn't have put no money towards it. She probably would have went and told my dad and like would have tried to like tell him to put money towards it. So the fact that my mama was really like on some shit like, okay, yeah, no, I'm about to put this money. I should have known it was some shit, because like I told you, like my mama was not set up like that. If I spent that money and I blew through that money myself, my mama was not about to damn take her money and go, no, she wasn't about to do that. Because like I told you, that was the whole task. That was the whole point of us working, was so we could buy our own back to school stuff. Let me tell you. So as days went on, I had, yeah, and then plus y'all, like I was supposed to have at least $500, maybe $600, $700 saved up. Probably like $500, $600, something like that. I was supposed to have hundreds of dollars saved up. So that was gonna be enough money. Like, boy, when I tell you I was gonna be fresh, all that shit was gonna be spent on back to school stuff. I probably was gonna be able to buy me about 2 pairs of shoes, a couple of outfits, you feel what I'm saying, some little accessories like that. That was enough money for me to get right. That's what I was plotting on. So the fact that it came to the end of the summer and I didn't have none of that shit, I probably had like $180 to go back to school shopping with. You know, I ended up having to get some lame ass shit again. You already know I did. You already fucking know I did. Had to go back and get some lame ass shit. Had to go get some shit that my mama could fucking afford. And ain't nothing wrong with that, you feel me? Like, if your mama like getting shit that your mama could afford. But if y'all sent me out here to go make my own fucking money, to go buy my own shit, and we gonna get into it. Anyway, as time went on, that shit was not sitting right with me. It wasn't sitting right with me. So what I told myself, I said, I'm gonna go to the bank. I'm going to go to the bank and I'm going to get my damn statements printed off. Right? So that's what I did. I went to the bank. I got that shit printed off. That's when shit really hit the fan. That's when shit really, really hit the fan. Because if you ever went and got your statements printed off, it's going to give you the time. It's going to tell you what card. Like, cause it had her card number. So every time you cause we both like I told you, she was a joint name on the account. You know what I'm saying? So she was able to access our account, I guess through her card, or maybe they sent her another card with our account. I don't know. but she was able to access it. It's going to tell you your bank card, and it's going to tell you what fucking time you took the money out, and it's going to tell you exactly how much money was taken out. Y'all know I went and got that information, and then it was 2 pages full. 2 pages full. Y'all, I sat down and I looked at that damn shit. I started looking at them statements. I started looking at them damn times. I pulled out my own schedule, my own fucking McDonald's schedule for when I was at work. It was money being taken out of my account while I was at work. I wish I still had this shit, bro. I wish I still had this information, so I could really show y'all how I sat up here and highlighted this shit and broke this shit down and calculated it. My mama was going in there taking money out my account through the whole summer. It wasn't like she went in my account and took out, like, you know, towards the end of the summer, took out like 400, 500. No, my mama was like slowly, gradually taking money out. As I was putting money in, she was taking money out. I vividly remember as I'm looking over this shit and at the times and the days. That, remember when I told y'all my mama would call me? And one time she called me. She said, "You put money?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "No, you didn't. How much you put up?" I put up $200. Do y'all know I'm reading this paperwork, and that same fucking day, my mama called me and asked me that shit. Do y'all know she got off the phone with me and took a whole $100 out my account? I swear to God, I dropped dead right now. Because I know people gonna sit up there and act like I'm lying. I dropped dead right now. I'm lying about anything I just said about this shit. Oh, I'm still alive? Okay then. Stop playing with me. Stop playing. That's some sick, weak ass shit. That's some hoe ass shit. So I sit up here. So I got the paperwork. I'm low key hot. You feel me? I know my mama took this shit out, but it didn't really make no sense to me, like, at the time. Now it do because I'm older, but at the time, me being young and 16 and stuff, I ain't gonna say I thought my mama had it all, but I didn't know that my mama was struggling how she was. Like, you feel me? Like, a lot of the issues that my mama had, I didn't know, like, that she was going through, because my mama was the type, she don't like people knowing her business, especially if she's struggling. She don't like nobody, like, you know what I'm saying? She'll tell you real quick, mind your business. Or stay in a child's place. That's how my mama used to do me. So back in the day, like I said, I didn't know that, like, my mama was either money hungry as she was, or my mama had as much things to pay for as I thought she did. Because my daddy, he was covering the bills. And I'm going to tell y'all, like, my mama was not struggling. Like, my mama was not no single mom. My daddy was paying the bills of the house. My daddy was running the whole household. The only thing my mama probably had to pay was, like, the Wi-Fi bill or, like, the phone bill. So it was, like, little bills that my mama had to pay. And a lot of them, like, consisted with her anyway, like the cable bill. Like, my mom was the type, she liked to watch TV and shit. So that's the shit that she had to pay. And then, of course, other shit, like, my mama had, like, credit cards and shit. Like, my mama had hella credit cards and shit like that she had to pay. But as far as, my bad, y'all, if y'all can hear that music, it's like somebody outside. But anyway, but as far as, like, the important bills, like mortgage, rent, mortgage, utilities, like water and sewer, shit like that, my mama was not paying. Like, my daddy had all that shit covered. So it's like, technically, like, okay, yeah, my dad, he taking care of us, but technically he kind of taking care of you too. So it's like, at this, like, we kind of all in the same boat for real. But like I told you, like, me and my brother, we was in school, so we couldn't work all the time. My mama always worked. My mama never even was the type to be like a stay-at-home mom. Even like when we was younger, yeah. But me and my brother walk around grown as hell, 15, 16. My mama was not no stay-at-home mama. My mama kept a job. I remember it was times my mama had 2 jobs. So my mom had access to money. She probably was fucking her money up. She probably wasn't like, what's it called, budgeting her money. But my mama had access to money. So it didn't make sense to me, like, that my mama would steal my money, or like that she would need to steal my money, because in my head, like, I thought my mama had it. She wasn't paying no bills. She was paying bills but her own bills. She wasn't paying no mortgage, like no house bills. She wasn't paying no shit like that. But anyway, so yeah, so like I told you, it didn't make no sense. So like, part of me felt like my mama was the one taking my money, but the other part of me was like, well, if I go in here and she tell me she not, then I kind of gonna believe her because like she don't got no reason to be taking money. So what I thought. So I had that shit printed off, and of course I had my highlighter. I highlighted all of the times where my money was being taken out and I was at work. So I knew for a fact I didn't take this money on my account. You know what I'm saying? I brought that shit home, y'all. My mama and my daddy was downstairs, I think, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so my bad, y'all. I actually had, well, I thought I finished the story time, but when I went to go check my phone, it actually had cut off while I was recording. So I'm gonna just go ahead and pick up where I left off at. This story time is already like 30 minutes long, and I don't want it to be super long, so I'm gonna try to wrap it up. But basically, when I had went to my mom about the statements and like kind of confront her about it, she of course still acted like she didn't know what was going on and that I had spent my money and that, or whatever the case may be. So after she said that, I thought maybe somebody, like it was like a thief. Like maybe somebody really stole my money. Like maybe somebody hacked my account or something like that and stole my shit. I went to my dad who was upstairs and I tried to tell him like my money was being stolen or whatever the case may be. And he didn't care. Like my dad, he didn't give a fuck for real. Like he really didn't. And I'm gonna tell you, I felt like my dad probably knew that my mom was stealing money from me. And I'm gonna tell you why, because my bad, y'all. I'm actually editing. I realized that I had left this part out. Basically, I felt like my dad knew that my mom was stealing money because at one point my mom was also stealing money from him as well. I think like her name was on his accounts, like, or like one of his accounts, and she was going in like taking money from him without like him knowing or at least telling him. So he had ended up having to take her off his accounts too. So I feel like that's how he knew right off the bat, like when I told him what was up, that my mom was doing that shit, but he didn't come right out and say it. His mom stole money from him. Like when my daddy went into the military and he was like, you know, at war, my grandmother had access to his savings account, and he was also sending her money, and he said he came back from war and all his money was gone. Now he didn't tell me this story right then and there, but I like found out about this story when I got older, like so when I became an adult. So that's why I believe my dad didn't care that my mom was stealing money from him, because it happened to him. And when he tried to like basically confront his mom about it, his dad stepped in the middle in between them. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And so yeah, I'm not gonna go too much into detail about that because that's personally not even my story to tell. But yeah, so that's why I feel like my dad didn't care and like my mom didn't care. So after like my mom was eavesdropping when I went up there and was talking to my dad. So when I came back downstairs, my mom basically was like,
"Oh, so you tried to tell on me."
Which I feel like that was dumb because you didn't even have the balls to sit up here and look me in the face and tell me that you took my money. You sat up here and tried to tell me that I either spent it or like you don't know what happened to it. And that was another thing when it came out clear as day that she was the one that was doing it. She was telling me, she tried to tell me that I didn't pay any bills. Like, oh, I'm not helping now or anything like that. Like, I'm just a kid. So it's okay that she was like taking my money because she pays the bills and shit like that. Which of course I know that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Y'all told me to go out here, get a job, save my money to go buy school clothes. That's what y'all told me to do. So there's no excuse for you to go in here and to be taking my money. And like, I feel like parents be so quick to say, oh, when you steal from your parent or you steal from your mama, you stealing from yourself. But it's vice versa. You steal from your kids, you stealing from yourself. Because the same way you took my money that I was supposed to buy my own stuff with, and you could have held on to your money, you had to turn right back around and come out of pocket again. You had to come out of pocket again to buy my school clothes. So you took my money, blew through all my money, and still turned around and had to come out of your pocket again. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the whole operation was just fucking stupid. Whole operation dumb as hell. So yeah, y'all, I don't know, like I said, I don't want this shit to be too long. That's pretty much was it. I found out she was taking my money. Wasn't nothing ever done about it. It just was something that was swept under the rug. So that's why I'm glad. Like, I'm happy I could get on here and tell this story. like, and just tell other people, because that was something that really hurt me. Like, even if people didn't understand how that shit hurt me, or people feel like, oh, I'm overreacting, that shit really hurt me. As being sitting here at 22 years old, that shit still hurt me to this day that my mama did that shit. I ain't even gonna cap to you. Yeah, so, but I'm still healing, you feel me? I'm healing from that shit, and I'm gonna move on from it, especially after I make this video, like, because making videos about, like, stuff that happened to me is very therapeutic to me. But yeah, so that was basically it. I hope y'all like this story time. I got some more content coming for you guys or whatever. But yeah, but please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on your way out. And I'm going to see you in my next upload.